Did you know that there have been more hypothermia cases in the 30 to 50 degree range than in colder temperatures? And interestingly, you can die faster from cold exposure than starvation or even thirst. So heat needs to be a pretty important part of your preparedness plan. So how do you stay warm in a power outage? First, the most obvious answer would be to have a fireplace or a wood stove like this. If you already have one, then this would not be a problem for you. If you're able to install one, do it. But if that's not an option for you, let's look at some low-cost and easy options.
If a wood stove isn't feasible for you, there are some non-electric heating options out there. Not a lot, but there are some. This is one, for instance. It is a direct vent propane heater that is permanently installed, thermostatically controlled, and it's completely non-electric. However, something like this is going to be more on the pricier side of things. And in this series, we're trying to focus on quick and easy and cheap options. And so there are some portable propane heaters out there that are non-electric. You've probably seen Mr. Heaters like this. This particular style, however, is not rated for indoor use. It's not indoor safe. So you want to make sure you find an indoor safe heater. And I know that Mr. Heater and perhaps some others do make some indoor safe portable units. And then you just want to make sure that you've got enough fuel on hand to get you through the whatever length of time that you might need to keep your home warm for.
Unless sunlight is pouring in your windows are one way that your house will lose a lot of heat quickly, especially if your windows are older, like ours are. So just grab a warm blanket and cover your window really well, like this. And you would be surprised at how much heat you can save in your home by just covering over your windows with a blanket. We do this in the winter here to keep our bathroom warmer.
When you're cold during a disaster, there's nothing like a good old warm, thick blanket or a bunch of them. Our favorites are these military wool blankets. They're very inexpensively priced for what you're getting. And, nice warm wool that stays warm even when it's wet, stays reasonably warm. And they're tough, and we were able to get a whole pack of them for a good price, but even individually, they're still quite reasonably priced for what you're getting. And you may already have sleeping bags. And if you do, that's a great thing to have if it's a warm sleeping bag. Can keep you nice and toasty at night, even if your heat is off. And our favorite brand is the Wiggy's sleeping bags, but there's other good ones too. You want synthetic, that'll stay warm even when it's wet. And if you don't have the money to buy new sleeping bags, you can buy used on places like Facebook Marketplace. It's a great option for finding good deals for things like that.
On day 2, we talked about having a camp stove. Well, if you're cold and you're trying to get warm, boil a pot of hot water and dump it into your water bottles, and then you can use that to tuck it down into your sleeping bag to warm up, or hold it in your hands and drink some to get warmed up. Another way to keep warm is to have these wonderful little hand warmers or foot warmers. Look at that, instant heat up to 10 hours. So that's a great thing, and it takes up little to no space.
One strategy is to make small spaces so that you don't have to heat as much space and you can keep it warmer. For instance, if you have a tent, you could pitch that tent in your house, and that makes less space to heat, and it'll keep you a little bit warmer like it does outside when you're camping. Or you could use a small room like a closet or something like that where it's less space to heat. Or better still, do a blanket fort. With all those blankets that we've collected, you guys staying warm in there?
Very hot.
Very hot.
So take a quick look around you and make sure you have what you need to keep your family warm when things go sideways. And if you need anything we were talking about today, don't forget to check out the 521 resources page by going to thereadylife.com/521. And we'll see you tomorrow for the next step of the 521 Preparedness Plan.